Hello and welcome to our astrological vibrations for Tuesday, September 26th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is the fierceness of my yin revolutionizes the softness of my yang. And today we are still in mutable T-square energy. So we have the moon in Sagittarius continuing, and the moon is making the connections today, but we're building into some of the oppositions that I spoke about in GPS. So you can check out some of those oppositions in our GPS for this week. But we're building into an opposition between Chiron and Mercury. And this is, extending out this mutable T-square energy into another day, because before it was working with Neptune, and now we're working with Mercury and Chiron and the moon and Saturn in and through this. And so Mercury in Virgo is lighting up mental energy. It is bringing focus energy. And focus can be a wonderful, good thing, especially if you are focused on what you are aiming at. If you are focused on, these are the things that I'm wanting to move into. These are the changes that I want to move into. This is the direction. Here's the rainbow that I'm walking into. I'm looking at the cards that I have around here. I'm like, yes, all of these things. That's wonderful focus. However, a lot of times we get focused on the things that we feel critical about, on the negativities, on the things that have happened to us in the past. Now, here's where we can work this. Mercury in Virgo, providing this focus, gives an opportunity to see where there may still be needing healing. If you are focused on this thing, on this wound, on this hurt, on this pain, on this not good enough thing, that may actually be a key for you, that there's healing needed here. Bring in that Chiron energy so that you can re-aim, so that you can, make a change and connect deeper with your source energy. Again, I'm just looking at these cards that I have here, and I'm like, wow, so much. So utilize that focus, but realize, okay, I'm focusing on this because it's a key that there's some healing needed here. Not because you need to just sit there and spin in circles. It's like you've got to get out of the, They have those car things where you go around in a circle. Nobody just goes around in a circle on it. Eventually, it takes them to a street that they want to get off on. What street do you want to get off on with this energy? Now, to be fair, this opposition is going to be tomorrow, but I feel like we're going to be feeling it today. And I think the aspects that are working today will support you in and of this. So the aspects that we're working today is the moon conjunct Saturn. So that moon energy is just highlighting Saturn's energy of how are you showing up. Now I have a very exciting thing to tell you. Saturn has shifted as of Tuesday to 22 degrees. 22, master level degree. It is 4 energy. So this is an energy of Uranus, of change in astrology. And I do have the change card today, which is funny because Maya in GPS this week had the change card, and she's like, I always associate Mimi with this card. Well, here it is, the change card. What is the change that you're wanting to make? Now, what's coming in, what's coming up is Saturn and the North Node are building into a trine. We have the North Node at 23 degrees in Leo, and North Node energy moves backwards. So it goes from 23 to 22. So it's coming into 22, and we have Saturn direct moving into that, moving towards the North Node energy, moving towards that 23. So they're about, coming together, North Node, your destiny, your dreams. And so this energy is asking you, how are you showing up? And what in your life at this time needs to change in order for you to show up in this soul source energy, to take that action that is in alignment for you. Now, I have this card, and I pulled this card yesterday, this morality card, and this card, it's the Queen of Swords. It speaks of pointed thinking, but you get to decide, moment to moment, over and over again, is what you are thinking helpful? Is it in alignment with your true beliefs? Is it in alignment with your soul source? Or are you stuck in projections? And this is one of the major cards that I have for today. And I think that this may be one of the things that we're going to have to look at and maybe bring some healing into with that Chiron energy that's going to begin working with the Mercury. bring in the healing from those places. Projections can be something that you're picking up now, but it can be something that was projected a long time ago to you that you're still carrying as this belief. 22 degrees is like, if this belief is not true to you, it's time to make a change for once in your life. Music, you know, Michael Jackson. It's time to make a change. It's time to release those projections. Those projections are keeping you stuck. They're keeping you chained. They're keeping you caged. And Sagittarius is like, your soul wants the freedom of its own personal adventure. The moon in Sagittarius will also be squaring that Mercury energy. That's at 24 degrees. 24 degrees speaks a little bit of balance, and that's where the energy mantra is coming in. The fierceness of the yin. Now, the yin does not necessarily always get connected to fierceness. But what is interesting and what's happening is we have the sun connecting to Vesta, actually. Vesta is at 4 degrees in Libra right now. I almost said Virgo, but it's at 4 degrees in Libra right now. So the sun is actually reaching 4 degrees Libra today. Revolution, evolution energy. So again, change. There may be triggers, but tap into the fierceness in and of the divinity of your yin, the fierceness of the goddess within you. And this is man or woman. Man or woman, anywhere you find yourself on the spectrum of your personal yin and yang, there is goddess, divinity, energy within you. And Vesta is bringing that forth. And she wants you to know your fierceness. It's time to know that fierceness. The fierceness may not necessarily come out like that. Your fierceness may be like the fierceness of a tiger. I wish I had Lala right here so she could like give you tiger fierceness. It may be the fierceness of a panda bear. Panda does not necessarily strike you as fierce, but you know, I bet a mama panda, if her baby was threatened, you'd see the fierceness of the panda. So, how is your fierceness coming forth in this yin manner? Now, the balance is the softening, the softness, the revolutionariness of the yang. Softness in yang energy is so comforting, and it is so supportive. And so, you know, this is part of what we need to work with, like the fierceness to believe what you need to believe, the fierceness to go the distance when it comes to your dreams, harnessing that fierceness, and yet softening those parts of yourself that still are like, I don't know how this is going to happen, things don't work out for me, you know, any of those things. You may need a little bit of softening when it comes to reality, when it comes to reality versus the imagination. Mahalo agrees. Right, Molly's? It's like, I'm going to just sit behind you and hide. So, we are going to be working with that. See where you can revelize the fierceness of your yin, and bring forth some softening when it comes to your personal yang energy. And see how that brings you into balance and helps you move through these mutable energies that have us at a crossroads and may have us tug-of-warring within our minds. But we don't have to live like that. To finish up, I love this card from Soulful Woman, Embracing Change. And I'm not really that into the energy mantra with it. With every loss, I understand that something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can imagine. Although, I mean, that is very true. I don't necessarily feel that this change is so much about loss, though, as it more is about, like, rising up into ourselves with this energy. So embrace the change of you rising up in your fierceness and softening those walls that have kept you outside of the parts of you that you so long to embrace. All right, so that's it for today. Check out GPS. It's a really good GPS. Lots of good lessons in that. You can find that on Gaia Blooming Facebook page. You can find that on the Gaia Blooming YouTube channel. And book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart. I'm coming out with a reading very soon for next year. I'm trying to figure out prices. So I'm trying to figure out that and how I'm going to do it. But that should be soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.